Someone give me a number. How much money do you want to make this year? How can we generate revenue and profits through your skills, gifts, and talents? We can create a bank via the Light Church, let's just say. How the ministry can acquire cash flow vehicles like real estate, small business, service-based businesses to multiply the fruit. We're gonna co-vest. The ministry and the members of it cooperatively come together in common unity in a commonwealth system, and we co-vest together, which will remit royalties through a relationship and royalty sharing covenant. And you have to be in the kingdom, right, to receive the services, right? So it's a matter of the church serving its members of the ecclesia. It's like a corporation. We could all become, say, coaches or service providers in the things that we do to the world, and then the revenues and profits, we can collectively come together in commonwealth, right? It's a kingdom of kingdoms, right? We're all kings, so we have domains over which we rule collectively and all together, right? And just get in righteous positioning under the kingdom. Oh my goodness. Something just might break through. I get excited about that stuff, right? I'm like, yes. How we doing? Good morning, good morning. If you're in the house, drop a comment. Let me know that you are here, ready to get going. We're going to dive right into it. We're not going to waste any time. If you're in the house, let me know that you're here. If you got questions, comments, concerns, feedback, go ahead and drop that now in advance. Once I'm done with my lesson, I will address your questions towards the end, and then we'll part ways from there. Right now, we're going to get right into the lesson, which is on how to make more money, plain and simple. How do we bring in more income? How do we affect that top line? Okay. How do we bring in more so that we can do more, so that we can be more effective in the marketplace? You're doing velocity banking, you're doing infinite banking, you're paying off debt, you're accelerating your debt, you're building credit, okay? You're increasing cash flow, you're redirecting cash flow. All right, these are the people who I'm talking to. All right, so this is a more advanced type of class here. If you're a brand new subscriber, beginner, you're just checking me out, I recommend you check out Velocity Banking Pregame Work, all about the line of credit. These are playlists: Velocity Banking Pregame Work, all about the line of credit, and Velocity Banking Case Studies if you're brand new. But this is going to be very, very advantageous for my clients, those of you who have been working with me for a few years now, people that have been following me for a few years. You've, let's say you never became a client, but you've been following me for 3-4 years now. You became debt-free just by watching the videos. I can't tell you how many people in the comment sections have told me that. They're like, I'm debt-free. I'm like, we never worked together. They're like, but your videos, bam, 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 bam. They watched, they applied, they got results, they gained more confidence, they kept watching to get more insight, more feedback, boom, and now you're debt-free. So those are the people who I'm talking to, people who are debt-free, people who are doing velocity banking. Although you're in debt, you know how to pay off. You have a strategy to become completely debt-free or debt leveraged. You're someone that is transitioning from employee status, right? You're getting ready to start a business, okay? You're someone that wants to start creating content. You're someone that wants to, build a second stream of income. You're husband and wife, and you both are employees, and you're getting ready to transition into the business world, okay? Advanced, right? So let's dive right into it. I'm going to use a case study of a specific situation, right? Because oftentimes, when I went on YouTube and I looked up how to make more money, right? A lot of the stuff is general, and these content creators are just pointing you to the opportunities, which is good. So this is not going to be one of those videos because it's already out there. It's already been said 1,000,000 times over of the high paying jobs that are out there, jobs that pay $50, $100+ an hour, low barrier to entry, don't need a degree, right? Don't need major skills and experience to get these high paying jobs. Then you have all of the content creators that talk about all of the side gigs that you can get into while doing your full-time job, which is cool. This ain't going to be that type of video. This is going to be looking at a specific numbers, situation, case study, a career, and how we can add to what this person's existing skills, gifts, and talents are to increase what they're making on a monthly basis. Set proper goals, set the strategy, and go. You're off, right? So here we are, 4 major numbers on the board. Got a person making $6,000 a month. Expenses are $5,275. Total debt is $450,000. The debt consists of a mortgage and a car loan. That's it. All credit card debt has been removed, student loans, personal loans. So this is someone that fully knows and understands velocity banking. Okay. They've been doing it since, say, 2020, I believe, or beginning of 2021. They have a debt tool. Okay. Second position HELOC, $90K, 4.5%. Simple interest, cash on hand. So they have savings, 20 grand. Prior to meeting me, they, built up, they were saving and investing money in their 401k, Roth IRA. So roughly this is how much is in there. So I rounded down, and then what they're contributing to both accounts in the velocity banking strategy. In addition to using their HELOC, they've got a credit card that they're using to run bills, $2,500 a month, 2% cashback rewards on average. It's a 50-year-old individual, 2 kids, divorce, single mom. Okay. Oftentimes, I'm working with single moms, divorced moms, widows, moms in general that want to regain their authority on this planet. Okay. They want to regain everything they lost, right? They want to recover, restore, build a new thing. They're ready to reinvent themselves. So that's the type of moms I'm talking to. Okay. So 50 years old, educator in the industry, 25 years. This is a person that has taught middle school, I believe, high school, college. They're, out of the classroom, more so in the board of education, right? They sit in the different rooms. They're not exactly teaching in the classroom type of educator at this point, but they've done that, right? So this is going to be very advantageous if you're in this industry, right? And I want to reveal some strategic opportunities in the marketplace that have arisen in the last few years or have become more pertinent, more impactful, more important to the average household than ever before. Okay? Very, very key in how we figure out, how do we make more money, right? How do we strategize? And so this is just showing you an example of what I would do. Everything that I know now, if I had to restart, this is the route that I would go personally. I'm going to look within my skills, gifts, and talents, and then figure out a way to monetize that and get paid abundantly. So, person's recently divorced, right? Single mom, 2 kids. The kids are grown. They're all, I think both of them are above 18, right? But they still live with mom, right? But they contribute, so that it's essentially they're not holding her back from her time, if that makes sense, right? When you have little kids, that can reduce the amount of free time you have available, right? Especially if you're a mom working full time, then you gotta come home, raise kids, right? Cook, clean, right? You're all over the place. So in this situation, that is not what's happening here. We've mapped out roughly 5 to 8 hours of free time per week. Okay, that's roughly 20 hours a month, 240 hours a year that we could allocate to discovering this person's purpose. what they are destined to do on this planet. Okay, we can approach it logically, we can approach it spiritually. I like to do both, merge them both. Faith and finances coming together, right? Why not? Take advantage of all that we can use, right, to identify what we need to do on this planet. So here's the strategy, straightforward, simple. I've simplified it in other videos. I go much deeper, but today we're going to just simplify and then go right into what I would be doing if I was an educator, right? Which technically I am, right? I'm a teacher. I teach, I educate. I love doing it. I don't got no certifications. I didn't go to college for it. And in today's marketplace, that's what's beautiful, is you don't need a degree anymore to grab these different opportunities in the marketplace, right? In fact, the marketplace is asking for people outside of the system so that they can benefit even more, right? So here's the strategy. We're going to identify the problem in your purpose. Educator, mom, divorced, a lot of different topics we can cover here. A lot of different things we can cover. Very interesting, but just one problem that this educator expressed to me, this teacher, was student loans, student loan debt, right? Mom explained how she helped her kids basically go to college debt free and herself. So I'm like, don't you understand how important that information is? If you created a business just around that one problem, could we not turn this 6,000 and add another zero at the end of that? Very easily. Or I should say very simply, with a strategic strategy to move forward with. So that's the problem we identified. Student loan debt. That's the big problem that they want to tackle, right? They can do that in the form of consulting, coaching, courses, masterminds, programs, live events, virtual events, hybrid events, government contracts, right? Working with the state, local municipalities, local cities, working with nonprofits, working with corporations. I just named 10 things, right? Not bad. Identify the problem in your purpose. Already did. Great. Create a solution. What's the solution? The things I just mentioned, right? Courses, coaching, consulting. That is your solution to that family's problem. They're searching how to go to college debt free. Either the kid is searching that or the mom or dad is searching that, and they're figuring out how to convey that message to their children. And you could be very effective in teaching them that. Create a solution. Once you've figured out what direction I want to go in to create that solution, now we just have to market and monetize your solution. Here's how I would market and monetize my solution, right? You got to start with your personal story. One of the very first videos that I did on this YouTube channel, you can scroll all the way back and you'll see me talking to a group of people. I had a whiteboard and then a projector screen on the side. Okay, some of you know this video, and I was telling my story. I was presenting the problem. Okay, here's the problem. Okay, here's my story on how I'm going to help you solve that problem. Now I'm showing the solution, which is the strategy: velocity banking, infinite banking, kingdom authority. Here we are today, 4 years later. Boom. Okay, very simple. So you got to lead with personal story. I believe that's very important. I actually don't do that very often on this channel. I usually do it on other people's channels, and then they come to my channel with the meat and potatoes, the content. But nonetheless, this needs to be addressed. From there, you want to documentation. You simply want to document what you are doing, everything that you are doing to identify the problem, create a solution, market, and monetize. Just document. So if you don't know what type of content to create, let's say, right? You're scared to get in front of the camera, whatever. There's podcasts. Don't like your voice, whatever. There's photos and blogging. So there's no excuse, okay, as to what we need to do to get into the marketplace, what we need to do to create content. Over time, you'll get over those fears because of your purpose, right? When your purpose becomes more important than your ego, that is when the shift occurs in your mind and the game changes for you, right? So, documentation. From there, case studies. What do you guys see on my channel all the time? Case studies, case studies, case studies. Real life stuff, right? You can go general and attract a bunch of people, or you can go niche, right? You pick. There is success in both, right? There's success in both. Now, arguably, if you go the niche route, where you target a specific audience according that ideal client, that ideal avatar, arguably, it is said you'll be in business longer than the person that goes general. The person that goes general potentially can go viral very quickly, no doubt at all. Can get a lot of media attention quickly, no doubt at all. Okay? But if they do not keep up with the trends, if they do not keep up with what society is talking about, right, then you can become very quickly yesterday's news. Okay? Very quickly. An example would be when COVID hit 2020 in the finance space specifically. A lot of YouTubers messed themselves up pretty bad, right? Especially in the finance. So if you are a finance content creator and in 2020 COVID hit, a couple months later they released all those different acts, right? What were they? Comment. I forget the names. So there's these different like how they were sending paychecks. Okay, they were talking about that, how to get your paycheck. Then they were going into PPP loans, SBA loans, SBA 7A. Then they were, they were throwing politics into it, right? And don't get me wrong, their channels blew up. These were content creators that were at 10,000 subs, 5,000 subs. They jump 500,000, a million, right? 750,000, okay? Fast forward to today, not many of them are creating content anymore. Why? They left their niche, their core audience. They left them to the side. They started talking about what everybody's talking about so that they could get views, likes, subscribes. Little did they know that whole audience they were attracting had nothing to do with their core message of finance. The people that they were attracting were just looking for free money. Versus when you were talking to your core audience, you were helping people get out of debt, pay off their student loans, create more discipline, right? And then you veered off, started talking about all this mumbo jumbo stuff because it was trendy, and now you have to stay in it. So now your core audience has left. They gone to someone else that stayed in their niche, and now you have to stay with the trend. So now you have put yourself as almost like a political finance content creator. Now, if that was the play, great. But if that wasn't the play and you're a creator, now deep down inside, you're like, I just want to help, moms, dads pay off all their debt and invest better with their funds. But now I find myself always talking about what Biden just did, right? I have to update my audience on the next paycheck that's rolling out, the next act, the news that they missed. And that can be extremely draining if that's not your purpose. So again, if you go general, you can go big very quickly. You can get a lot of followers, a lot of sponsorship deals. But do you have the mental capacity to keep it going? Are you willing to be adaptable to jump into different topics that keeps up with the trends If that's in your purpose, if that's in your alignment, cool. But if it's not, now you're a fraud. Not to the people necessarily, but to yourself. Eventually you'll crack and it'll show. And then your audience, guess where they go? As fast as they came, they go faster to the next audience, right? Versus if you stay in your niche, it might take a while, right? It's gonna be tough, right? It will be slow at first. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows that you've been an educator for 25 years other than your friends and family and some coworkers. Even your friends and family don't even know how long you've been, say, educating, right? They couldn't tell you right off the bat. They couldn't tell you what you do. They don't really know. They just know you work in education, right? But your core audience, your niche audience, they'll know, you'll feel like they know you better than your own friends and family, okay? Sometimes that right there, that core audience is what will keep you going, right? And then you'll create a nice size community that you can, build from, build a credibility, keep it going. Before you know it, now you dominate in that particular space. It's yours, right? So that's just an example of how we can market and monetize. Go general or go niche. I prefer to go niche. So that's talking about your personal story, documentation of what you're doing, what the problem is, right? What your purpose is, the solution, and providing case studies as you take on more and more clients, right? Free or paid. From there, we identify what your story is. We create that signature message, right? Like how you hear on my YouTube channel, when I start a video all the time, I say, hi, my name is Denzel Rodriguez, personal finance geek, 21st century. On this YouTube channel, we cover the velocity banking concept, infinite banking, kingdom authority, ... My whole mission, purpose in life is to help moms get out of debt, regain their authority, become masters over their finances. I want to see moms choose to work and not have to work. I want to see mom at a position where she no longer has to go to work, but she chooses to work, right? When the message is so clear, you can feel that through the camera, right? So you got to get to that point, whether that's rehearsing, talking, sharing, explaining it to friends and family, to the point where you get so comfortable in your purpose, it's like breathing. You can identify your purpose just like you breathe. You don't have to think about your purpose because you know it so well. It's engraved. It's part of you all day long, just like you breathe. It's part of you. It's part of your system. It's how you live. If you don't breathe, you die, right? Every human. The moment we stop breathing, what happens? You die. Well, if you can make your purpose as important or even more important than breathing, then you will live forever. My goodness. So from there, we need to create a channel, right? This is notes in your book, right? You're creating the strategy. Now this is the more action steps of, actually going on the computer, going on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever platform you want to use. We need to create a channel, right? Let's say we use YouTube, okay? In this situation, YouTube would be very, very advantageous for an educator because YouTube is an AKA YouTube University. It is the how-to place to search how to do this, how to do that. Why should I do this? When should I do that? Where do I go get this? Why is this? It's the who, what, when, where, why, how of search. That's where you want to be if you're in education. So if I had to start all over again on my YouTube channel, right? This is exactly how I would do it, right? And the other action step here is there's a playlist called How to Create Kingdom Content, right? There's 2 videos, and it talks about the 90-90 90-day rule to create content. 90 days of prep, 90 days of creation, 90 days of execution. That is a strategy, right, to create a lot of content and never run out of content. And you get on a consistent flow of creating content that your audience can become aware of, and that will result in higher views, higher watch time, right? More loyal core audience, and go from there. The only tweak that I would make to that strategy and what I did to start my YouTube channel, the very first thing I would do once I've prepped content, prepped the strategies, and started creating, in that second 90-day window of creation, I would live stream, right? I would immediately start live streaming. Even if nobody is there, even if one person shows up, doesn't matter. I would start live streaming. Like, I would just literally, boom, hit go live on YouTube and start explaining my message, right? Because in the beginning, when you are creating content about your purpose, about your vision, about your mission, about what you do, how you do it, why you do it, right? When you're in your own little studio and you're creating content that's pre-recorded, here is what's going to happen, right? Here's what happens. All right. Okay. Boom. Okay. Yep. Hi, my name is Denzel Rodriguez. Okay. Hi, my name is Denzel Rodriguez. Your okay. Hi, my name is Denzel Rodriguez, personal finance geek, 21st century. On this YouTube channel, we cover. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh my God. Hi, my name is Denzel Rodriguez. No, that's stupid. That doesn't make sense. Hey, how are you guys? No, that's stupid. No, don't like it. See what's happening? How long was that? 5 minutes turns into 15 minutes. And if you're a woman, it's even worse. Is my hair right? Is my makeup right? You know, I need to change the shirt. Wrong lighting. Terrible. Terrible strategy. That will cost you that 5 to 8 hours of free time. If you're a busy mom, you're a busy dad, it's going to cost you so much time. Versus you click go live. Oh, shoot. You live. Can't you mess up, keep going. Right? You mess up, keep it going. Here's what's beautiful. When you mess up, whoever's watching you, they don't care. They came because of the title and the thumbnail and the description on the thumbnail of how to make more money. They do not care how you look, how you talk, okay? They don't care your background. Can they hear you? Can they hear you? Can they see whatever you're illustrating? That's more important than you, right? That's more important than you. So when you get out of your own self, I think the fastest way to get out of your own self is to literally go live. You live stream. It's literally like being in front of people. Once you're in front of people, you're no longer thinking if your hair is done right, if you did your makeup right, if your shirt is like, ripped or hanging. You're no longer thinking of any of that. You're not thinking of like, so's, shoot, messed that up. Okay, replay, stop. You hit stop, then you hit record again. Nobody cares. But if you live stream, that's where it's at. So that's the only tweak that I would make to my, if I had to do it all over again in terms of creating content, becoming a YouTuber, content creator, I would immediately start live streaming. You can schedule the live stream, which is awesome. So you can schedule it a week or two in advance. You can text your friends and family, hey, I'm going to be doing a live stream, would love your support. right? Friends, family, coworkers. If you have any social media presence whatsoever, you make a simple post saying, hey, I'm going live. You can attach the link to Facebook. On Instagram, you can just make a post and you can put the link in your bio to the live stream. On any other, like LinkedIn, you put the link, it takes them to YouTube to where you go live, right? So live stream. What's awesome about live streaming is these are typically long, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. Nobody goes live for 10 minutes, right? 15 minutes, 20 minutes. No way. You typically go live for at least over 30, 45 minutes. And in most cases, it's between an hour and 2 hours long. An hour to 2 hours of footage can easily be repurposed for short clips. Okay? So you can take your 3 main topics that you addressed in that live stream about student loan debt, 3 tips on applying for scholarships, the 5 main things you need to have in your personal statement or resume when you're applying for a scholarship, when you're applying to a college, when you're filling out financial aid, how to fill out financial, like all these different topics you address in the live stream. Say you have 2 to 3 at most, or maybe 1. And then if somebody showed up and had questions, that question is a piece of content, right? Like I'm looking in the comment section right now, and whoever puts a comment in my comment section, right? Then I go answer it, right? Let's say I just throw up this comment right here. This is true, Denzel. I was following someone that I liked the content. Suddenly he was talking about other people's work and I lost interest about his content. So let's say there was a question that came up with that, right? Let's just say that person had a question. I read the question. That's literally how the video can start. That's literally what the title of the video can be, whatever the person's question was. They see the question when the video starts. I read it. I answer it. They then maybe respond. Thank you. Appreciate that. Video's done. 3-minute clip. Nothing crazy, right? So it can easily be repurposed for short clips, which, understand, here's how the math breaks down in terms of creating a massive amount of content in a short period of time. Your live stream is considered one piece of content, right? And if you're really effective, okay, you can use a platform such as Ecamm Live, which is what I use, and I'll put the link in the chat so you guys can check that out when you have the time. If you're positioning yourself for this and you want to go this route, Ecamm Live. I am currently, at the moment, I'm live on my Facebook page, right? YouTube, of course, where mostly all of you are at, and Facebook. So 3 platforms. That's 3 pieces of content one time. So 1 became 3, right? Velocity banking in content creation. 1 became 3, right? How do we use $1 more than once? How do we create content more than once using the same piece of content? So 1 just became 3 in my case, right? From there, that live stream I did, say it goes 2 hours, like in this time that we're spending right now. It might go up to 2, it might stop at an hour and a half. We don't know. Once it's done, that video is there, it stays there publicly. People can catch the recording, right? Understand, not everybody's going to sit for an hour and a half and listen to me ramble for an hour and a half. They're coming for specific things that they're like, oh yeah, boom, I need that. Thank you, bye, right? That's what the repurposing is for. So I download the live stream off my computer. Maybe I put it on my phone, or I'm using, let's say you're using one of those video editing softwares like I can't even think of any of the names. There's one that Mac has, iMovie something. There's Dubsado, yeah, I think that's what it's called, or Delgado something, I forget. But essentially, you have these video editing platforms. Either you pay someone or you do it yourself From there, you can repurpose that one piece of content. You could probably easily get 10 to 15 plus videos from a 2-hour session, no doubt. Say you answered 5 questions in that video, that's 5 separate pieces of content. Then there's the topic that you were addressing, how to make more money. That's one piece of content, right? Then there's, maybe you have an offer or something that you're selling. That's a piece of content by itself. 7, right? And then there's other variations. Maybe you said something motivational. That's a piece of content. Maybe you said something inspirational. Boom, that's a piece of content. Maybe you gave a quick tip on, student loan debt. You gave 3 tips on how to reduce student loan debt via scholarships and applications or internships. That's 3 pieces of content. You're at 10. Oh my goodness, right? But now here's where the number goes crazy. Now that you have the 3, 1 became 3, so you have 3. Now you have 10 to 15 pieces of repurposed short clips, right? Let's say you got the full number, say 15. You have a YouTube channel. That's one avenue. Let's say you have an Instagram, a Facebook. Because you're an educator, you definitely have a LinkedIn, no doubt. Here's where the number goes crazy. 15 times 4, right? What's that? 30, 45, 60? Did I get that right? I don't know how to do math, but I am the finance geek. So let me just pull out my calculator real quick. Oh my God, look at that. Beautiful. 60. Now you have 63 pieces of content. 1 live stream. Is that like mind-blowing for you? Because it is for me. That's what I didn't realize when I first started creating content. I was over here pre-recording, trying to say the perfect lines. Hi, my name is Denzel. And on this YouTube channel. Nobody cares. They're like, how do you make more money, Denzel? I don't care what you do. How do I make more money? And so I go right into it now. And then I'll explain stuff later. Right? I got to serve first in order to be served. Got to give first in order to receive. Principles, man. That's all it is. So we got 63 pieces of content that can get posted every single day. So on Monday, you went live. On Tuesday, you reposted on Instagram. On Wednesday, Facebook. On Thursday, LinkedIn. On Friday, YouTube again, right? And so you can just keep it flowing, or you can create schedules for each thing. Like that's what I do. So I have a schedule for YouTube, right? Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and now Saturdays. So I'm pretty much posting nowadays. I was doing 3 times a week. Now I'm amping it up to 4 and 5 times a week, right? On Insta, I do it on the days that I don't post on YouTube. So that's Tuesday and Thursday, typically. And then if it's like Facebook and LinkedIn, I'll post on the same day that I posted, say, on YouTube and Instagram, but at different times. So YouTube is at 12. Then I might post something on Facebook at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And here's the beautiful part. All of this can be scheduled. So I don't have to be there. I can schedule YouTube. I can schedule Insta. I can schedule Facebook. LinkedIn, I don't know. I don't know how to schedule on LinkedIn. But you knocked out 3 of the platforms. You got 60 plus pieces of content, right? So that's where it's like you repurpose the original for short clips, which then gets repurposed for other platforms, which quadruples the amount of content you have. And all you did was 1 live stream. Can you imagine if you live streamed 3 times a week, right? 4 times, 5 times when you're first starting out, especially if you're someone that's transitioning. 5 to 8 hours of free time if I live stream 2 hours per live stream, or an hour, hour and a half, how many live streams can I do in a week? Doesn't matter what time of the day is. It's about what your schedule is, what you can do. Your audience will cater their schedule to be there for you, just like they cater their schedule to watch Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, Mandalorian, The Walking Dead. Okay? That's wasting their time versus you're creating an opportunity to help them regain their time, fix their money, change the next 3 generations in their household for the benefit, right? So that's what that looks like. That's the strategy that we're identifying here, right? Identify the problem and your purpose, create a solution. What's the solution in this case? Student loan debt, right? This person wants to, say, coach, consult, right? And provide services to their ideal client, which in this case, you can use your personal story to attract your ideal client, right? And that's why the personal story is very important, because it's going to resonate. It's going to make that person say, you know what? I want to work with Denzel over the other guy because I too was raised by a single mom. I can't tell you how many men I have as clients that are dads now. They're in their 50s, right? Late 40s, even 60s. And they reveal to me, I was raised by a single mom. I saw my mom abused. I saw, my dad, my dad, right? I witnessed divorce. I'm now married. I changed, right? I shifted my strategy. So when you're attracting your core audience all the time, every single time, niching down, whether it's Holy Spirit working to provide to you spiritually, or just approaching it logically speaking, if you speak it enough times into the marketplace, that person that needs to hear that message is unconsciously looking for it. Like when you're in a situation, a mom that just got divorced a year ago, 2 years ago, do you find it funny how when you're going to pick up your kids from school, or you're going to an event of some sort, or you're hanging out with friends and family, or you're meeting new people, and they also just got divorced, and so now you're buddies, right? You just somehow, oh, you just got divorced. I just got divorced. Yeah, I just left him, or I just left her, or yeah, just after 10 years, after 15 years, and then that person says, I was married 20, I just got divorced. I don't know. You don't find that funny how that happens? You're like, huh, and you just brush it off. Well, in business, right? Translate that, convert that to monetization in business and marketing. I am consistently attracting single moms, divorced moms, widows. Why? Because I constantly say it. I was raised by a single mom. I did this. I saw this. I witnessed that. I witnessed abuse. I witnessed this. Then the mom says, I was a part of that abuse. Nobody talks like this. So they could have went over there to the person with more experience, more money, better content, better, visuals and flash, but they chose me. Some kid, 26 years old, and they're like, what the hell does he know about moms and raising kids? I don't know a thing. I'm a witness. I observed for the last 26 years, or technically from age 4 or 5 being my earliest memory. I've witnessed from the perspective of a child to a teen to an adult. So I'm coming from that perspective. The mom is like, oh my goodness, how do I regenerate, recover that relationship I lost with my kids because of the divorce, or a loss in the family or traumatic event. right? So you discuss these things with your personal story. You start documenting. That is how it starts to really come together, right? So we've identified the problem, right? So we're going to write it out here now, which is student loan debt. That's what this educator wants to address. They can do that. They can position themselves as a coach or consultant. These are familiar words that most people already know. Coach, consultant, student loan advisor, right? Educator. I'm an educator. I educate families on how to remove student loan debt or how to avoid student loan debt, right? ... Cool. So you've identified what your role is. You're providing a solution. And you've decided, yes, I'm going to create some PDF documents that I would send to the client. So different docs. This is the free stuff that attracts them. Oh, wow, that was really good. Yeah. PDF, maybe an ebook, something simple, nothing crazy. You're getting their attention. They're already searching it, right? You're now providing it right to them. Okay? Some PDFs, some docs, the free content. Okay? Watch how many hats you put on, but how we do not overwhelm ourselves, because there's a strategy, there's a system, there's a process for each thing, and they all coexist together. They all come in together in alignment, very nice and clean, right? So after we've identified the strategies, what we're going to do, we've decided to do live streaming. That's your first move, is live streaming. In the live stream, you're saying, download my PDF doc here, download my ebook here, go to my email newsletter, right? So you're going to collect people's emails, contact info. When I first started out, I was using JotForm. It's free. So you can have a link on the live stream, in the chat, in the comment section, in the description. The JotForm will gather the person's first, last name, email, phone, maybe even address, okay? Some questions. What are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? You're trying to gather data so that you can provide exactly what you need to that individual, okay? So we're live streaming. We've already got the process and strategy implemented. You live stream as you're talking. Put in the link, chat, boom. You want to take action with me, here's how you do that. Fill out this form, right? They click the link, the viewer clicks the link. They put their information in. After they put their information in, automatically PDF doc gets sent to them via email, right? The docs go via email. The ebook goes to the prospect or client. Your content will continue to feed that cycle, okay? Everything right here, automatic, because you did it in advance. So this is all automatic. The only thing that's manual is the live streaming and the posting of the links. All these things right afterwards, automatic, not bad. So from there, once you've generated the lead, you have the lead, they have your stuff. They're probably going to come back to your channel, watch more videos, learn more about you. They'll probably Google you. They'll do their due diligence. In the meantime, you're nurturing. Nurture. As a mother, is that not one of your instinctive gifts on planet Earth? Is nurturing? Do you not know how to already, you've nurtured too in your life for the past 20, 25 years, however old your kids are. So nurturing, you've got down packed. Mom, not bad. Look how this skill is now going to be monetized to create more wealth than you could ever imagine in your life. It's incomprehensible. Okay? Nurture. What does nurture look like? That looks like more emails, right? A personal message, right? A little investment, personal message. That's you sending a personal email directly to that person, not an automated one. Personal message. Hi, Karen. Hi, Susan. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Joe. Hi, Tom. Hello. Thank you for completing the contact form. Based on your responses and information given, I recommend you check out this live stream I just did on 3 tips to avoid student loan debt. 3 tips on educating your children, inspiring them to want to do this, right? How to motivate them. By the way, if you'd like to have a conversation with me, I just need you to fill out these other details right here and we can have a discovery call and go from there, right? So personal message. Hey, you can even go the distance. Call the person. I've randomly called my leads before because I see certain numbers. I see a certain situation. I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm in alignment with this person. I'm going to send them a personal message, or I might even call them. Or because I have such a busy schedule now and everything is methodical in what I do send a personal message to a particular lead that I acquire recently. I'll send a personal message with a link to book a phone call, right? So in that personal message or that phone call or in your nurture email process, over time, you can, let's say you use Calendly, because that's what I use. Use Calendly to have the lead this whole process is automatic. That's what's amazing here. So we book a call because you automatically had nurture emails going out, or you saw a lead that was ideal, right? You could even have in your initial form, are you a mom? Yes or no, right? It's not too invasive of a question. If you ask, are you divorced? A little bit personal, right? But you can say, are you a mom? You can say, are you married? Because that might be an important thing in regards to getting approved for financial aid, understanding how much income total is coming into the household. So that's not an invasive question, but it is a revealing question. So you could say, are you a mom? They say yes. That's a green flag for you. You're a mom, single. You connect better, let's say, with moms. Let's say that's your ideal client. Moms around this age, right? Or new moms. Maybe that's better because those moms have children that are under the age of 18 getting ready to go to college. So maybe you're like moms between the ages of 25 to 35, new moms, right? Oh, you know what? That might be too early. All right, so maybe moms between 35, 45, let's say, right? But you'll identify what that specific crowd is. Got it. Cool. You then say, are you married? She'll say, yes. If she says no, she might say no, divorced. Boom. Now you can relate to that woman very quickly. And you then send a personal message. Hey, by the way, I raised 2 kids on my own, just got divorced, I think we're in alignment. I think we can really do a lot of great work together, right? And then you'll express that in the personal message. That's the only manual part right here. If you do this or this, that's only manual. And that's 2 minutes of your time. You have 5 to 8 hours a week free time. It's 2 minutes, right? Send a link, Calendly, that's automatically book a call, right? And you would create a calendar schedule according to your free time that you have. So this person cut out Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, right? Housewives of Atlanta, Housewives of Orange County, Housewives of Beverly Hills, Housewives of New York, Basketball Wives, right? Walking Dead, Mandalorian, Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix. They're like, yep, don't need that. They've went on a commitment to say, I'm removing all that garbage, because that's what it is at the end of the day. Whether you're and guess what? All those shows that I'm mentioning, I've watched them too. I watch them. Okay? They're entertaining as heck. That's the point. But at the end of the day, it's garbage because it's not making me any money. So I just wasted my time. I threw it in the garbage. That's essentially what has occurred. When you sit down on the couch, right? You sit down on the couch, you watch a 1-hour episode when you could have been spending an hour emailing leads, calling your leads, right? You basically took that hour and you threw it in the trash because you're never getting that hour back, right? So if you make a commitment to yourself, right, this goes into the strategy part of things where we recover our time to put into creating more wealth, to create more time to watch the shows that you want to watch, right? Like for me, I want to be able to not just watch a show, right? But I want to be able to shake the hands of the actors of the show. I want to go to the premiere where the actors watch their own thing in the theater, right? Like that to me is super cool. I want to be on the set of a show that ain't even out yet and I get to see it firsthand. That's the type of experience that I want to be able to have. How do I get there? You need some money. You need big boy money, big girl money, right? You need some big dogs. You need some, daddy Warbucks money, okay? You need some big boy money, big girl money in order to get there. How do I get there? Identify the problem in my purpose, create a solution, market and monetize my solution, address it with my personal story, document what I'm doing, provide case studies. Create a channel, live stream, repurpose, live stream, repurpose. From there, I'm in the system now. I've presented myself as a coach, consultant. I have documents, I have files, I have data for people to acquire. They fill out the form, boom. That person becomes a lead. I look at the lead, I read it. This is a mom. This is not a mom. This is a mom, single mom, divorced mom, not married, ... Here's what she's trying to do. Here's her goals. Boom. Nurture with more emails, personal message. Call them. Have them book a call. 30 minutes, right? Let's say. You're qualifying that person. So you want to make sure that if you're going to give someone your time for free, you better be qualifying them. You need to ask qualifying questions, right? Like, for example, I recently had a lead that I sent a personal message to. I was like, hey, how you doing? Thank you for completing the form in detail based on your numbers given and the responses. I feel like we're in alignment, okay? I think we could work together. They then, I put the link to enroll in my services so they can make that investment. They were like, thank you, appreciate you. Yeah, I've been following you for a little while now. I'd like to talk to you first. Is that possible? Right? I'd like to have a conversation with you first before I spend that kind of money. Okay. I now have to process that. I say, well, this person I already identified as an ideal client according to the information that they provided. So it would be of my best interest to give that person some of my time for free. And that's where you need to be very critique with that free time. You can do a 15-minute call, a 20-minute call. I would not do nothing more than 30 minutes when you're giving someone your time for free. The last thing you want to do is spend an hour and a half with someone, right, that wasn't qualified to work with you in the first place. That doesn't make any sense, right? So I give that person 30 minutes. I'll say I already sent them a personal message. I sent them the link to book a call. I think I'm going to speak with the person next week, right? 30 minutes. In that call, I'm going to let them take the floor. How are you? Hi, this is Denzel. How you doing? Great. Yeah, thanks for taking my call. Pleasure having you. What can I do for you today? Before we get started, I'd like to give you the floor. Just give me a little intro, additional information about yourself, whatever you'd like to share. Blah, 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 blah. They talk for about 5 to 7 minutes. I'm clocking, right? I'm looking at the time. I'm paying attention. 5 to 7 minutes. If they keep rambling, I'll interject. I'll say, oh, so you're married. Great. Awesome. And based on the goals, is wife on board, by the way, with Velocity? Yes, she's on board. Got it. So do you have a debt tool already? Yes, we're in the process. We've been conditionally approved for a HELOC. Okay, cool. Cash flows at $1,500 a month. Nice. Sometimes it goes down to about 1,000, in the summer with the camps and stuff like that. Okay, cool. Credit scores around. Okay, cool. Right? I'm 15, 17 minutes in. Okay, great. So then I might ask another qualifying question. Hey, why me? Right? What made you hit my YouTube channel? Well, Denzel, I was searching and I saw a couple of different channels first. You were in the suggested videos. It looked attractive. I clicked on it and I couldn't get off. I ended up binge watching for 4 hours. My wife and I were sitting on the couch together. We're watching all your videos. We missed our shows. We've been able to get so much done, prior to even speaking to you over the last few months. Okay, got it. So just based on that experience and based on this conversation so far, have you heard enough to move forward in investing in yourself with some financial coaching on my end? Have you heard enough to move forward with me? And right then and there, they're either going to say yes or no. They're going to say yes, but, right now, wife and I are redoing the kitchen, so we don't really have the funds right now. I say, okay, cool. When that is done, right now we're 27 minutes in, 24 minutes in. Okay, sir, when that's done, when you're finished with that, do velocity banking with the HELOC, on that remodel expense thing. Come back to me. In the meantime, watch these videos right here. Come to a live stream here. Check this out. When you're ready, I'm here. Done. I ended the call in 26 minutes. I just saved 4 minutes. Right? Or I ended the call in 21 minutes. Just saved 9 minutes. So you're asking these questions. You're qualifying them so that you don't waste their time and they don't waste your time. Right? It's not just your time. You also don't want to waste people's time. You don't want to give them false hope. Right? I don't be giving people false hope. I'm like, listen, you want free help? Look at my YouTube channel. Look at the comment sections. I have hundreds of people that are not clients of mine. They loyal subscribers, constantly watching the case studies because it has truly helped them get out of debt, even to the point where they want to educate their employees. They want to educate their household. They want to educate their friends, right? And they're doing it. And so they didn't need to pay. They didn't need to because it clicked faster for them versus other people need more hand-holding. No problem, right? It's all about qualifying. Very, very important there. So from there, they book a call. At that point, let's just say best case scenario is right during the call. That's another thing that I'm pretty on about because people forget, man. They got things to do, right? So when I'm on the call, if I'm 19 minutes into the call and I have a yes, I'm gonna say, okay, are you in front of a computer right now? Yes, I am. Okay, great. I just sent you an email. It's at the top. Link to enroll. This is the one I suggest. I want you to take a look at it right now. Got it. Okay. $34.97. Okay, $2,400 or whatever my pricing is at that time. Okay. Go ahead and enroll. And then I want to walk you through orientation. Boom. Sign. I just get an email. You just got a new blah, blah, blah enrolled. I do that right. I got 9 minutes left. I'm not going to waste that time and say, okay, sign up when you have time. No. Now, right? You want freedom now? It's going to cost you, right? Freedom is not free. Let's get to work, right? Plus, they see the urgency. They receive that urgency, right? Like there's calls where I know they're not going to buy because they're not ready. I'm seeing their numbers. You can't afford it, right? So therefore, you need to keep watching the content. You need to keep doing the pregame work. Get yourself aligned. Wonderful, right? I'm not going to oversell or push past or waste my time trying to get that person enrolled. That's the last thing I want. Versus the other person that said yes, and they have the numbers to prove it, and they have the cash flow to prove it, and the credit score and the debt tool, and they got everything in place. Let's go. Let's get to work, right? So in those 9 minutes, right, they're enrolling. I'm saying, okay, you're going to get an email. As soon as you purchase, you're going to get an email. You create your account. I want you to log in. I want you to see everything. And I'm going to give you actionable steps once we get off this phone call so you can book the next call. And I'm going to have you do these things right here. Before we get on that call, I need to know all the numbers. You got to send me all the numbers. I need the numeros. Okay? I need them. Right? So very important. So they become a client at that point. Great. Now, in terms of pricing, right? Pricing your services, that's a whole nother, monster to solve. Here's how I go ahead and solve for the pricing, right? So that's usually in between. Here is when pricing is being discussed if you're not displaying your prices on your website, or it's being shown all throughout the process up front, which I like. I like to show my prices all up front in advance. That's a qualifier in it of itself, right? Someone sees the pricing, they're like, okay, I can do that. Or they say, okay, I'm not ready for that. It just immediately separated who's qualified and who's not. So I like doing that. And when you're first starting out, it might be tough. Figure out what your pricing is. What I typically like to do is I will take the person's current hourly rate. What do you currently make educating per hour, right? And let's say they're $35 an hour, right? So all right. At the very least, we need to charge double that. At the very least, we need to charge double that for what you're doing, right? Then we can look at another strategy. So, I'll leave that there in terms of develop pricing. So that's one route. Current hourly rate, double that. That may or may not make sense for the service that you're providing. It's just one way of doing it. Something that I've implemented before for myself. Here's another way. Identifying the value. What is the value in dollar amount if you can identify it? Like you can literally mathematically identify it. What is the value that they get in return for investing in your program, right? So let's say the average student loan debt in America when someone graduates is 6 figures. Let's just say 6 figures. 100,000. 100,000 bucks. All right. So you're telling me that you could save a household 100 grand that they don't have to pay by going through your student loan debt course, by going through your college debt-free course, whatever you name it, debt-free, how to go to college debt-free, right? Boom, that's the course name. There's probably already one named that. Wouldn't doubt it, right? Somebody in the marketplace is already doing what you're doing, so you can use that as your measurement stick to develop your pricing. So the value, 6 figures, 100 grand. So if I can save a family 100 grand, then what's 5 grand? Right? Think about it. If I save you 100 grand, what the heck is $5,000? That's nothing. You give me 5%, I give you back 95, 100% in return. Right? You give me 5% of what I'm going to save you in student loan debt. You could do that as well. You can create a scale. That's another way to develop pricing, is to scale it according to the individual situation, right? So if you have a household and they have 4 children, all of them are 16, 17, 18, and 18, right? 16, 17, 18, 18. They're all preparing for college. Potentially, they all could probably accumulate $100,000, $400,000, right? 4 kids, right? Going to college. Okay. You look at the situation, you look at their numbers, and like, look, family, I could save you guys 400 grand. Bam. You do the work, right? You stay committed. The kids need to be committed. Mom and dad everybody needs to be committed on the same page. I could save you 400 grand. What is $10,000? Right. So you just went from charging double your currently hourly rate, which is what, 70, maybe 80, maybe 100, maybe $150 an hour. That's one way of doing it. That's still trading time for money, or you trade value for value. Value for value. That's a good way of developing your pricing, okay? The other way is simply market research. Market research. That's important. To identify who in the marketplace today has positioned themselves as a coach, as a consultant. They come from the education space. They're now teaching students. They're teaching households, families, how to avoid 6-figure student loan debt. And that market research you do, whoever you look up, right? You want to identify who the experts are. So you're looking for the experts. The people who position themselves as experts. If you're 25 years in the industry, you're an expert, but you just haven't expressed it yet, and the marketplace hasn't called you an expert yet. You haven't even called yourself an expert. So you want to look at who in the marketplace today has been doing what you've been doing for the last 25 years, but they've been public about it. So now they're the expert. You are not. Although you have the same amount of experience as this person, you could be charging what they're charging. But the marketplace, the consumer, will not buy from you because this person is currently dominating the space. So they're not going to buy from you at their pricing when they look at you and you don't even have a website. This person has a whole team, website, everything. The whole point of it is to compare, see, okay, what does an expert charge? Oh, they're charging between $5,000 and $10,000. for their expert services, the same stuff that I'm going to provide them. So what you could do is you can scale it and you can provide that same service, right? You do your homework. You see what is it that they're providing? What are they providing? What are they doing? How can I do the same thing but for far less? And you could charge a third, 60+% less than what the expert charges, and you can still have a fantastic payday, right? So a third of 10,000, okay, 30%, 3,500 bucks, right? 3,000 to 3,500 bucks for whatever the service is that you're providing, right? From there, once you develop the pricing, the other way to help really fortify the pricing to make sure you're doing it right is you look at the free time you have and the amount of time that it's going to take to provide that value to the client. So if it's a 10-hour job, let's say, and that consists of 10 phone calls, an hour a piece, and you're charging $3,000 divided by 10, they're paying $300 an hour for your service. And again, you need to be able to express the value. You're like, look, I'm helping you not avoid $100,000 expense for $3,000, for $3,500, for $5,000, whatever it is, times however many kids you have, right? Because it's going to be the same strategy, very similar. All right, a little variation. Maybe the kid wants to go out of state, the other one wants to go in state, the other one wants to go to Ivy League, the other one goes to military, whatever it is. So you're expressing that value, which is extremely important. You create the service and you map out the time it's going to take. And you can be fully transparent and provide all these numbers. Like I do it in my own, what is this called? A funnel, right? In my whole automatic system and process, I explain to people what they are getting when they enroll in my program, right? I make it very abundantly clear, foolproof, right? Very, very foolproof, right? So I'll show an example. All right, so I'll show my numbers. Show you my program just so you can see like, oh, interesting. So I have my 7-year financial freedom program. So it's a financial freedom program, velocity banking, infinite bank, everything that I teach on this channel. Boom. We're going to cover it in 7 years or less. We're going to create financial freedom and independence within 7 years or less. That's the goal, right? And I say, look, in that time, we're going to have a max of 56 calls that do not expire. So those calls might go past 7 years, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I show the pricing up front. I say, boom, here's what it is, $34.97. Each call is 1 hour long, right? $34.97 divided by 56. So that's $62.44 per call. Then I explain to them, look, here's my current hourly rate. That's my current hourly rate. If you were to pay me per hour for 56 calls, that's how much you would pay. $13,832. That's how much my time is worth today, 2022. So you could pay that, or you could save $10,335, right? Very simple. And like, all right, so let's see 3497 divided by 247. You would have to do 14 calls to reach that number. And you might say, I'm willing to just do that, because I may not need that many calls. So some people stay over here. They might, that's what I'm saying. So I provide the options, fully transparent, right? I say, look, I'm interested in working with people for a lifetime, right? For a lifetime. But I'm also available here as well. You want to feel me out. You want to try me out and see what this is all about. All right, so you pay for one call. That's usually what happens most of the time anyways. Someone will invest in maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 calls. Never seen anyone go over 4 phone calls before investing in one of my longer term programs, right? Providing the value, just boom, there it is, transparent. So when you provide that transparency up front, you don't stutter on your numbers. You know your numbers. It's not that hard to be genuine and truthful in the value that you provide. The more confident you are, the more they believe that you can actually do what the heck you're saying. And that's what they need. That's what the person needs. That's what they're looking for. So we're going to do some market research. I'm going to show you how I do my market research. I learned this from another YouTuber called Vanessa Lau, who has a phenomenal YouTube channel. She talked about doing market research on your quote unquote competitors, or people who are already in the industry doing what you do. So I picked it up from her. So shout out to her, right? So I'm going to share my screen. Right? What is the total student loan debt in America? 1.6 trillion. According to Google, 5 days ago, the federal student loan portfolio currently totals more than 1.6 trillion, owed by about 43 million borrowers. So we know this is market research. You're identifying the problem in your purpose. Your purpose, let's just say, is to help families ... by helping them become college debt-free in their college, avoid student loans. So now you know who you're going after. You have 43 million Americans, right? That's part of your market research. Okay, cool. So I'm going to write 43 million Americans. That's the marketplace. If I had 1% of 43 million, 1%, that's 430,000 clients. I don't know anyone in the marketplace today. I don't know anyone in the marketplace today that has over 430,000 clients in their business. Now, I know that there's people in the marketplace who have spoken to millions of people, but I don't know anyone that can honestly say that they have served clients one-to-one 430,000 times. Okay? I've been doing my business for the last 4 years, and I have personally served at least 1,500 people at this point. At least 1,500, maybe a little bit more. 4 years. Times that by 40 years, I'm not even at 100,000. But I can assure you that I'll probably speak to millions of people in those 40 years that I am in business, right? So that's just showing you the demand, the marketplace that's out there. There is no competition whatsoever. So you look at who is dominating the space right now, and even looking at how much followers they have and whatnot, there's still so much space available. It's insane. Okay. So we identified the problem, 1.6 trillion student loan debt. Okay. You write that down. We got 43 million American borrowers. So that's the marketplace of potential clients that we can go after. 1% of that is 430,000. 1% of 430,000 is 4,300, and 1% of that is 43 clients. 43 clients times, say, $5,000 is $215,000 a year in revenue. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. You're in the top 10% of income in America. And you helped 1% of 1% of 1% of the marketplace. 1% of 43 million. Then do 1% again. Then do 1% again. Right? So 1% of 1% of 1% is like 0.001. 0.00001. That's not bad. And you generate how much money? Multiple six figures. Okay. Let's do some more research. How to go to college debt-free. Look who shows up at the top. Better Money Habits. How to plan for college. Who is this? Bank of America. That's your competition. Okay, so they're providing maybe some services here, maybe paid, maybe free. Who knows? Right? 17 ways to go to college debt-free. That's your content right there. Duh. Boom. Look at that. Google's doing all the work for you. This is what people type. This is what your client is typing. How to go to college debt-free. So then you make a live stream that says how to go to college debt-free. How to go to college debt-free. Not bad. Okay. Look what else. People also ask, is it possible to get out of college debt-free? Going to an in-state public college is one of the best ways to graduate without debt. Huh. How do people afford college without debt? 9 ways to pay for college without financial aid. Without financial aid. Interesting. How can I get out of college debt? What is the fastest way to get out of college debt? Is college worth all the debt? What happens if you refuse to pay college debt? How much usually is college debt? What is considered low college debt? How do most people pay for college? Ladies and gentlemen, this is all your content. This is what Google, largest search engine in the world, is saying people are asking for. So that is your content. Every single live stream should be about that. These questions right here. How to pay for college without student loans. Let's look at this guy. Who's the money geek? Mark Kantrowitz. Maybe he has a program, maybe he doesn't. What I'm seeing is a lot of information, which is great. But what really helps people take action on all this information is a strategic program, a course, right? Coaching and consulting. So I already did my research prior, right? The second place I go is YouTube. How to go to college debt free. Boom. Who's that guy? Okay. That's your competitor. He's talking about it. Who's Shane? Let's click on Shane. All right. 328,000 career investing success. Don't think he really covers student loan, but he just maybe is just sharing a story. Look at this lady. Curly Cries. 132,000 subs. Okay. But is she talking about student loan debt? No. This looks like a, more about her hair. But look, how I graduated college debt free with no loans, tips on how you can do the same, plus receipts. So she's showing the proof. So I got receipts. She's showing the proof. All right. Who else we got? The Rachel Cruz Show. I know she's connected with Dave Ramsey. Our Rich Journey, I like them a lot, but I know they don't really cover student loans. So again, look at who is ranking at the highest levels, and they don't even really cover student loan debt. These people don't have a specific, like Dave Ramsey does not have a specific service to help you apply for scholarships, apply to the universities, right? Internships, right? Scholarships before college, scholarships during college, scholarships after college. Just look at that. Nobody's doing it. They're just giving you information. General, right? They're general. This is general. Ain't nothing specific here. That's not valuable to me. His and Her Money, I know them. Again, another YouTube channel. They do not cover student loan debt. They talk about how to pay it off, but they're not covering the process to apply for scholarships, for free money in the marketplace, government assistance. Like, who's really doing that? Like, I got to scroll for days to try to find. Maybe this person might do it. Debt-free Dana. Raising a family on a budget. Not really seeing it, right? It's about raising a family on a budget. It's not. So look, no one's doing it, guys. That's a huge opportunity. So maybe I have to refine my search. Let's see. How to apply for scholarships before college. And the more narrow you are with your search, right? The better you'll be able to do your market research and then see where you can really dominate in the space. So how to apply for scholarships before college. This video got 494,000 views. How I got 500,000 in college scholarships, what no one tells you. Okay, that is attractive. Let's see what she has to say. Hope we feel beautiful today, but look, it don't even feel like it's about college. I see health and wellness, her personal story, yada, yada, 118,000 subs. So she went viral for that one video. Okay. Again, I don't think she has a program. Doesn't look like it. How to get scholarships for college, full rides, local scholarship, application tips. That looks a little bit more,
Hi, I'm
specific. A little more specific. I'd have to find that video, but all right. Market research, guys. The 9 best college scholarship websites. Okay, cool. So as you're doing your market research, right, look how much time this is taking us. It's not taking us a lot of time, right? See what this person has. I talk about education things. Now, this might be more specific. And here's what's even smarter for you to do when you're entering this space is to know exactly who is in your space, because they can be potential collaborators with you. If this person, the almost astrophysicist, if this person has a program or a course or something that relates to college student loan debt, because this person puts it straightforward. Look. I talk about education things. Student loan debt has got to be one of those things. Person's got 15,000 subs, so not a whole lot compared to the other ones that we've come across. All right. If I'm brand new, no subscribers, let's just say this is the person that is in your space doing exactly what you do, let's just say, then I would watch a lot of their content. I would try to get to know them. I would comment. I would subscribe. I would like, right? Get on their radar a little bit while I'm simultaneously creating content. And then I would eventually reach out to them for potential collaboration to talk about student loan debt, right? College and student loan debt and all that stuff is what I would go to them about. Look at this guy. Thomas tries.
Hey guys.
What's he's trying? What is he? 3,000 subs. See, that's another thing. I look for YouTubers that are low in subscribers, but very, very niche in what they do. Because I can assure you, they're the ones that have the people that are actually going to be clients. That big general, these general people, right? They have another big business elsewhere. Like Dave Ramsey has a big business elsewhere, but this isn't his main thing, right? So in addition to some of the research that I've done, I also found this person, okay? This is an example of an educator, someone who is very niche in helping people pay for college debt-free, go to college debt-free, get the scholarships, apply, etc., etc. Excuse me. Powerful, powerful. So I connected with this woman because we're both going to be speaking on the same stage next year together. Her name's Denise Thomas. So she says, does the idea of paying for your kids' college keep you up at night? I'm pretty sure it keeps up a lot of parents. Says, I was terrified of nearly lifelong crushing college debt for my children. 70% of college students graduate with student loan debt. It doesn't have to be that way. Give your child the opportunity to become one of the 30% that begins their young adult life with complete financial freedom. How is the 30% doing it? I did the research. This person said I did the research. So if you're brand new, they did the research. They just saved you hours of research. Now you could just hone in on one or two people that are in your space and then create content that's similar to theirs, but you're customizing it for what you do. So they said, I did the research, so you don't have to. With more than 7,000 hours of research and my proprietary 6-step strategy, my 2 homeschool children attended college on $199,000 in scholarships for 4 years of college, debt-free with cash left over. This strategy is repeatable. 600,000 college students graduate debt-free every year. I'm Denise Thomas, your debt-free college coach. Ooh, that's a name. She says, I cracked the code to free college for both my kids, and so can you. College doesn't have to be a debt sentence. Ooh. Clean. Testimonies, clean. Got it. Boom. So then you know what I do as a new content creator? I might even buy their course and learn from it. Shoot, there might even be an opportunity to have a strategic partnership. How big is this person gonna get? To the point where she needs to duplicate herself. So I might not even have to do all that work. I can latch on to someone else's vision or mission that is in alignment with my mission and vision and grow with that person while simultaneously creating my own content that just leads them right back to where they're going. Right? I would learn all about them. Right? This is what we believe. We believe all college students should have the chance to graduate without debt. We believe that the opportunity cannot be grasped without the appropriate knowledge. We believe that everyone has a superpower, even teens. Look at this. Clean. Look at this. All I see is opportunity. That's all I see when I look at this. Right? Powerful stuff. I'll do one more example, just showing you how real this stuff is. So when I first started on YouTube, this is what I did. I just typed in velocity banking. Now, the only reason why I'm up top is because I'm signed into my account. But there's other people. So you got this person, life benefits. This guy, velocity channel. Chris Chapman, School of Personal Finance. Invest with Wisely, the approved guy. the Kwok brothers, D'Amica, My Velocity Banking, Mike Adams, Think Wealthy with the Mike Adams. And there's another lady named Laura Pitko. So I basically looked at who was already creating content on Velocity Banking, studied their YouTube channels, and then reiterated everything that they were already talking about and made it my own, customized it. Why? Because that is a strategy of being effective, right? Not wasting time. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here, guys. I'm looking at what works. Who's doing what works, and how do we go from there, right? So that was what? We spent an hour and 40 minutes together of doing market research, identifying the strategy by identifying the problem in our purpose, creating solution, market and monetize your solution, personal story, documentation, case studies, create a channel, go live, boom, create the process. Much of this is automatic, right? Knowing your numbers is key. This person is disciplined and they're doing velocity banking simultaneously while building a second stream of income that doesn't interfere with velocity banking. It's an add-on, right? Powerful stuff. So hour and 40 minutes and I'm done. I'm basically done. Let me, shoot, my camera's not working well. Look at that. See, I'm live stream and notice how when a problem occurs, you just flow with it. Okay, I think my camera just zoomed back out. And here we are. Look at that. Boom. So, any questions, comments, concerns? I'm going to, now look at Q&A here. Just going to address everybody's comments. Good morning to everyone earlier, right? Boom, boom, boom. These are my people. My people. The major was the CARES Act. Oh, yeah, that was back then. Yep. Okay. Keep the good work. Boom. Hello, Scott. Okay, yep, true. Single mom. Boom. My love, how are you? Funding guru. I really like when you share your personal story and the strategy for creating content. Thank you. Where is the free content ebook PDF stored website, or is there another storage platform? So I have a PDF that is downloadable from my my email marketing platform. Okay, so let me illustrate that out because that is key. So at the top of this process here, what we can do is we can talk about the different platforms that are ideal to build this automated system, right? So the first one with the live streaming, Ecamm Live is great for live stream, recording, making intros and outros. You can do a lot of different things in Ecamm Live. So that's like the first service, right? I'll put a link in the comment section. Then from here, we got that Jot form. That's free for a period of time. That's not bad. So that's acquiring the lead when they put the information in. You can connect a Jot form to, you've got MailChimp, Aweber, Constant Contact. I use ConvertKit personally. You've got ClickFunnels, a lot of different services, but I'm just going to put what I'm currently using today. So ConvertKit is where I would have the PDF that would get automatically sent via email, the ebook automatically sent because it's downloaded on your computer, of course, right? It's what you created. But then you can input the file in a email through a ConvertKit or an email marketing platform, that when the Jot form gets filled out and submitted, you get notified via email, and then you can connect a platform like this, or Typeform is another one. This can get connected to your email marketing platform, which will start a sequence of emails, right? So ConvertKit, right? Your content can get stored in here. Before you even publish a video, you can show your loyal subscriber, hey, this video is about to drop soon. Just wanted you to look at it, check it out, right? Or pre-existing content that can get repurposed for a process, right? I like doing that too. In my email nurturing process, I literally have videos that I think are one of the best that explains how to offset your borrowing costs, or velocity banking with a PLOC or with a HELOC, or all-in-one, a first lien HELOC, velocity banking without a line of credit, velocity banking before velocity banking, the pregame work. So I put all that in a nurture process using ConvertKit, right? From there is the Calendly. So they'll see the link that I'll personally send them in a message, or through a phone call, I can text it to them, or have it in an automated email. So Calendly can be free, if I'm not mistaken. I think most of these things have like a free version or a free trial, right? So you can test it out to see if you like it or not before you fully commit, right? So that's usually what I tell people. Before you fully commit, try the free trials, do the monthly plans, whatever it is, and then you go to the next thing. So Calendly is great for automating phone calls according to your free time, because you have a full-time job. Most of the people who watch my channel, full-time in your business, full-time in your job, married, full-time workers, right? Raising kids, doing all this stuff. You got to identify what free time do we have, and how do we effectively use that free time to create automative systems and processes that aren't subject to the time. Because once this is automated, my goodness, it really helps you qualify for those people you're going to give your time to, because you don't have time to waste. You're a single mom, you're a full-time worker, you're full-time dad, husband, right? Wife. Like, you guys don't have time to waste here, blowing smoke up people's, what? Like, you don't want to, you know what I mean? We don't want to waste time here. You don't want to waste their time. You don't want those people to waste your time. So Calendly is very, very important, I believe, for scheduling and managing your week to week very effectively. From there, by this point, they're at the bottom of that funnel where they're basically about to become a client. And I use Kajabi to host my courses, programs, private community, right? Additional emails can get sent out via Kajabi. So those are my 5 platforms right there. Ecamm Live with the live streaming. I use Jotform here and there. I actually just started using it. You can create forms within Kajabi. So when you hit my website and it says contact me, I'm using Kajabi for that, right? I'll use Jotform for other businesses that I'm a part of to gather more particular data that is needed for that particular service. ConvertKit is my nurture and email process sequencing, right? So people get subscribed, and they'll either stay subscribed, keep getting my emails. Eventually they jump off, they unsubscribe. That means that I'm no longer giving them value, or they went to someone else, or they're just not interested. So it automatically pushes people that are not qualified, pushes people that would waste my time. It pushes people away that don't want to work with me, or haters, or whatever it is. Like, just boom, this whole system, I don't see it. I don't look at it. I barely like look at it, because it's so, like, I already mapped everything out very, very cleanly. I look at what I need to look at, which is when the lead comes in, I read it, I see the person's name, I see the questions. You know what? Let's go through it, right? Let's go through it. I think it's important. Let's go back to sharing my screen real quick. website. People hit my website, right? ZelRodriguez.com. Boom. Like, let me contact this guy, see what he's about. Boom. Look what I'm asking. And this ain't no Mickey Mouse form, right? This is a lot of questions. I'm not just taking your first name, email, and then sell you a bunch of stuff. No, I'm getting everything. What is your primary financial goal for you, right? What is your annual gross income per year? What is your total monthly expenses per month? What is the total debt amount owed? Like, I have people fill out contact forms, and if they miss one question, I don't even look their way. If they don't put their numbers in, I don't even entertain them because I know they're not serious. You can't fill out a contact form to become financially free, to get out of debt, to drastically improve your financial situation. We ain't got no business together, right? So that's what my form does. It says it without saying it so harshly like the way that I said it, because, you know, in today's day and age, you know, you can't offend people, right? Can't offend people because they go on a rampage. So you got to be careful with that stuff. That's the other, you know, unique thing when you get into the content creation space. You got to be aware of that kind of stuff. You got to know what type of personality do you want to display? You know, are you different on camera than off camera? Like, I knew personally that when I started creating content that I didn't want to be anybody that I wasn't off camera, because then I gotta fake it. I don't like faking it. I just need to learn how to speak effectively while being me. So that's not being fake. That's just being more, say, professional in that sense. So moving right along, what is your total monthly cash flow after all bills and debts are paid? Right there, I got the 4 major numbers. I could qualify someone right then and there if they're ready for velocity banking. Then I ask them, are you married, have a family? And they'll write yes, 2 kids, blah, blah, blah. Or no, single mom. For me, that's a boom. If I see that, mom, bam, boom. I put them in another segment, and I might nurture them in a different way. All right. Then it says, what is your credit score? How much money do you save per month? How much money do you invest per month? How much do you give? What is your current career job? Right? If somebody says, I'm unemployed, I can't help you. Velocity banking can't help you. No, you need some other pregame work. You got to go make money in order for this to work. We need consistent income, positive cash flow. Do you have a business? They say no. Okay, cool. Yes. Oh, nice. Then I'm like, after they fill all that out, I'm like, please explain in detail. How can I help you? In detail. How can I help you? And then it says, are you prepared to invest in yourself with financial coaching? I'm just letting you know straight up front. Some people say no. Great. Thank you. You're not ready, but they'll be on my list now. So from there, when they fill out a contact form, here's what happens. Let me show you what happens. ConvertKit, right? Full transparency here, guys. Look what happens. They go into a sequence. I'm creating a sequence right now, literally for moms, right? Because I was like, why haven't I done this? 4 years in business now. Haven't I done that? But here's what happens. When they fill out that general contact form from this website, boom, they go in here. Look at my open rate, 57%. So I'm attracting exactly who I need to attract. And they're clicking, right? This is the first email they get, right? The second, listen, got to do the pregame work. Get me that spreadsheet. Send me your numbers, right? They kind of sent their numbers here, right? But I need more. I need all the numbers, all the debts, interest rates, yada, yada, everything laid out. Boom. Common questions, FAQs, right? Then I'm like, hey, send me your numbers, right? Send it. And then look right here, Chris. This says social currency in exchange for financial coaching. That is a PDF. They click on that, it downloads it right to their page. If they go to the resources page where I say send me your numbers, it'll take them resources, and they would click on that. Boom, download here. So it can be stored on a website. Yes, Chris, it can be stored on a website, your PDFs, Excel spreadsheets that they can easily download, or it can be within the email itself. Boom, 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 right? Or over here, right? Velocity Banking spreadsheet, boom, download that. From there, stay up to date with my schedule. Notice how so far I haven't sold them anything in here, right? It's a nurture process. I'm not just going to throw a sale down their throat because they may not be ready. So I'm simply getting them acclimated to my environment. I'm saying, look, this is my schedule. This is when I post, right? Here's where I'm traveling. You know, I had someone that I reached out to via email, personal message, right? And they said, oh yeah, I will likely make a decision in working with you after I attend your event coming up. So I have an event coming up, October 8th. So I'm literally going to meet someone in person that isn't a client, and they literally just want to meet me in person before they make a decision. They just want to know that I'm real, right? They just want to, before they invest $3,000 plus, they want to know that I'm a real person. I'm not a robot. They want to know if I'm legit, right? Cool. That email helps them, right? Most people ask me this question: does velocity banking work for my situation? Here you go. Here's a whole playlist on tons and tons of case studies. So it answers questions that these people are asking before they buy. My nurture process does it for them. Should I fix my credit before starting velocity banking? Absolutely. You want to get access to the best debt tools, of course. Velocity Banking live case study. Boom. Right? Velocity Banking rule of leverage. How to get approved for a line of credit. My yearly strategy with expenses, living expenses, right? My yearly strategy with business expenses. And then here's where the first light sale comes. Very, very light. Where I'm like, know, like, and trust is key to building a kingdom. That's letting them know, hey, if you don't trust me yet, we shouldn't work together, right? Then I go into the levels of finance. Then I give them a little reminder. I got a program. Boom, right there. I let them know everything that we discussed so far in case you missed it. This is everything we've been discussing so far via email, right? This is very methodical, right? Then I'm like, listen, pay attention to your cash flow. You want to be a client? You want to be a client of mine? We need to know the cash flow. We got to know the cash flow, right? And look, I keep giving them more and more value, more value, more value, more value, more value, more value. Keeps on going, keeps on going. Boom. This is like the first sales email. Let's map out. Let's map it out. Entire finances. Let's go. All right. Then, where was I? Let's go down here. Boom. Then I go into infinite banking for a little while, right? Boom. So many emails later, consulting options with Denzel. By then, if the person's still not a client, they're just hesitant. That's okay. I'm still going to keep giving them value. Look. This is like 5-6 months worth of value for free. Methodical. 130-day sequence with 45 emails. Right? When they get to the end of the sequence, there's an email that talks about, hey, let's book a time. Let's hop on a call. Let's make it happen. What more do you need? Let's go. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Okay? So that's a great question, Chris, and that is a short clip right then and there. Watch. You guys that are watching the live stream now, you're going to see a short clip months later, and it's going to say exactly what his question is. Where is how do you store your, right? It's going to say it right there. Ronald, how we doing? Erica, hello. Trade line. Where is Steve? I don't know. He's busy. Carlos, how you doing? Got to discuss with Alex. Okay. Can you assist me with setting up a policy design for infinite banking? That's Steve's job. That's the team's job. All right. Let me drop the proper links in the description that I've been telling you that I was gonna drop for a while and I haven't done. So for LC, here you go. That's that link right there. You'll get connected to a team of insurance agents. You'll either talk to Phil, who I had on the channel before. Stephanie's great. Stephen Timmons is good. Steve himself might be someone. Samantha, I'm not sure if she still writes policies, but IBC Global has a team of roughly 10 agents or so. You might get a hold of Brandon. These are all valuable assets, people that basically know the concept better than I. And then let me get you guys that link for eCam so you guys can view that when the time is right. eCam, in my opinion, one of the best. You have to have a MacBook only, though. That's the only difference. Right? Got to have a MacBook for eCam Live. So that's that link there. But they're the most affordable live streaming platform service that I've ever come across. And they really cover a lot. And they just released live streaming on multiple platforms, which is really cool. Because that saved me about $1,000 because I was using a platform called Restream. Right? Restream is a pretty expensive service, and Restream allows you to stream on all these other platforms. Then eCam Live came out with it, and I'm like, boom, I just saved me $1,000 in a year by just doing it through here. So that's powerful. Let's see, went over this. Right, this is the case study. We mapped out how to price our services because the goal is to just move the decimal. Move the comma 1 over. That's 10x. Right? $6,000 a month. The goal is to 10x. Even if you fail miserably, so this is why you have to set such a big goal, because then you're forced to do things that would achieve that result. And even if you didn't achieve the result, you gain a massive result in comparison to where you were, right? So 6 times 10, 60 grand times 12, $720,000 a year is the goal, right? Fail miserably and only help 43 clients at $3,500 a pop. That's $150,000 a year. Well, that's not bad from a $72,000 salary. You increased your income by 2x, right? And so the following year, say you make 150 grand, well, you got to times it by 10. Now you're at 1.5 million. You can do it like that, or you can stay at the 720 number and just work your way up to the 720 number. Why not? No one else is doing it. No one else is thinking that big. There's 43 million people in America that have student loan debt. $1.6 trillion. You saw the you saw the research. We did the work together. Right? We just did the research. 1.6 trillion, 43 million Americans in debt. 1% of that is 430,000. 1% of that is 4,300, right? Let's do it again. Hold on. 43 million times 1% is 430,000. Times 1% is 4,300. Times 1% of that is 43 people. You can't find me 43 families that want to take their kids and go to college completely debt-free. Oh, they will spend $4 or $5,000. Here's the other thing that's very unique in the education space right now, more than ever before, right? We're seeing parents move their kids out of public school into private, homeschool. Comment below in the last couple years if you moved your kids out of public school into private school, or you're now homeschooling them, and tell me why. I can think of a few reasons why. We're seeing some radical teachings being taught in the marketplace today in public schools, where the parents' response is what? They're investing the money to control and influence what their kids learn instead of putting their kids into an environment where they leave them for 8-10 hours a day, Monday through Friday, to be indoctrinated into a school of thought that has nothing to do with the family's, household's morals and values, right? Do I want my little boy thinking that he's a little girl? No, right? Let someone else do that. That's not part of my agenda for my household, right? Do I want my son to be told he's learning racism at freaking, I don't know, 12, 13 years old? He's got no business learning that, right? He's not ready to comprehend that kind of information, right? I want to be the parent that controls, influences everything my kid gets exposed to. And I know that's what parents are saying today in their household. They're not vocally saying it on content like this, because why? You start offending people, you offend 4 people, 3-4 people, you get canceled, right? So you got to be careful with that. You got to be effective in your delivery when you're creating content. But behind closed doors, what are we seeing in the marketplace? We're seeing parents withdraw with their kids, right? People who are not making a lot of money have their kids in private school. I did not go to private school. My little sister, she's in private school. My niece, in private school. They're not millionaires, right? They're not even 6-figure earners, but they have figured out a way to control what their kids learn, right? And where they go to school. So, look, I have moved my youngest and I'm an educator, right? That's 48 people in the house listening, right? My 4 children are all homeschooled. I can protect them at home better than a school safety officer, and they will be educated about original creation, right? My goodness, right? So if you're an educator in the 21st century today, here is what's happening in the marketplace. It's amazing. COVID, right? Shutdowns, people retracting. People are trusting less than ever before. You can position yourself as a leader, right? If you're an educator, we just went through a case study, and I'll do more case studies like this. I'll do a case study on a truck driver. I'll do case studies on a construction worker. I'll do case studies on people in the nursing and the hospital industry. I'm going to cover a bunch of different industries. But check this out. You're an educator. Look at what's happening. Somehow, after COVID, after high inflation, high gas, high food prices, how on earth are moms and dads making 50, 60, 70K a year? How on earth are they affording to put their kids in private school? How is that possible? I don't know. But I'm seeing it. And so if you're an educator in the system, and after 20, 25 years, you're like, the system is broke. And so you come out of the system, and now you're creating a curriculum that the system will pay you abundantly for, Because here's what else is happening. Personal financial literacy or financial literacy classes are now being mandated in certain states. Florida is one of them. I think Texas is one of them, right? So certain states are now mandating that schools teach personal finance classes and courses. Well, here's the problem. For the last God knows how many years, there has not been no such thing as a financial literacy course. I went to public school, middle school. There was no financial literacy course. So God knows how many years it has not been available. And just somehow, because you pass a bill, that all of a sudden it's going to pop up. Who's going to teach it? The math teacher, the history teacher, the science teacher, the English teacher? Who teaches it? So now you have government, federal law, state law, mandating personal finance in certain states, which will eventually spread. But so the bill has passed. That doesn't mean that tomorrow every school has financial literacy courses. No. Now, within the cities and states and the different counties, they now have a budget to hire someone like you, someone like me, that has been in education for however many years, to come back in and teach a financial literacy course. This is amazing. Financial literacy course could entail going to college debt-free. So instead of charging the parents, which that's a strategy for the homeschooling parents and the parents that put their kids in private school and the parents that have tutors, those are the parents with the money, right? So you can get those, but then you can also strategically be infiltrating your local zone schools in your zip code. Say there's 10 or 15 of them, and you approach every single one of them with your curriculum, with your course. And you can come into that school, 5, 6, 7 hours a day, or two times a week, right? And teach the financial literacy course to the seniors, the juniors and seniors, let's say, on how to go to college debt-free. And now the budget, understand, government doesn't know how to price this. Nobody knows how to price this. It's never been done before, right? So now we're seeing it on a massive scale. So here's where you can now set the price according to what fits you, right? For your situation, what will achieve the lifestyle that you want to achieve. So you could charge 5, 7, 10 grand plus for these services, because now you're not just helping one kid. You're helping 35 students in one class. Oh my goodness. 35 students in one class times 6 periods in a day times 3 times a week. How many hundreds of students are you serving in one school? How many millions of dollars are you recovering for each one of those households? Guys, the opportunity is insane right now. Right? Are there any educators in the house that are like, yo, where have I been? 20 years in education, 15 years in education, making a measly paycheck when you could be serving in your purpose and getting paid abundantly for it. It's yours, right? Take it. It's yours. I've got clients who are principals, who are assistant principals, who are teachers. Guys, now is the time to create curriculums for, let's say, finance or student loan debt, anything around, money, that will influence a young adult's path to success. Parents today are more aware than ever before, because the parents are like, oh my God, I just went to go see the movie Lightyear, and what a joke, right? Like they ruined it. And then you go watch Love and Thunder with Thor and Marvel Studios. They're ruining it, right? So maybe that's what you think, right? Other parents, not an issue. Okay. But if it's an issue in your household and you have certain morals and values in your household, but you're sending your kid into an environment for 10 hours a day and they're not learning the same stuff, that's a problem. And then you wonder why your kid says something and you're like, what the hell? Right? So it's very important. This is the opportunity. There's an income opportunity here. There's an impact opportunity here. There's a purpose-driven opportunity here to radically shift the marketplace, to put a real strategy in place that says, look, we can't have 1.6 trillion in student debt. Unacceptable. Can't do it, right? We want our kids graduating student loan debt free, working in their careers, making 60, 70, 80 grand a year. Do you know how much more money you would have if you come out of college with no debt? You would have more money to invest, to save, to give to your church, to an organization, be more effective, be more impactful. You're on the way. You're on the way. So we're done here. No other questions. I don't see anything else. We're done. Phenomenal work today. Let me see. Am I going live next week? Yes. So October 1st, next Saturday, I'll do another case study on I'm gonna do a truck driver, because there's, oh my goodness, in the truck driving space, wow, there's an amazing opportunity there, right? It's insane. So we're gonna do a case study on truck driving. If you're a truck driver, you're gonna want to tune in, and we'll go one by one. How to make more money specifically in certain industries, right? I don't want to be general. I'm niche, because I know this is the type of stuff people are gonna be like, you can translate it, and this whole strat, you can translate it into what you do. So powerful stuff. God bless everyone. Have a wonderful day. We'll be talking soon. Tune in next week, right? Next week, Saturday, same time. We're going to have some fun, right? Might even bring some people on maybe to do some stuff. So God bless. Have a good one.